Hi there. Well, my name is Kyle. I am making this channel. This is a channel called LowCarbKyle that is going to document my thoughts and process and timeline for trying to get healthier and lose weight. A little bit about myself. My name is Kyle. I'm retired from the military. I work in the medical field. I never really had a problem with weight in high school. I was a wrestler, and but back then it didn't really matter at that age. I did whatever I wanted. I remember drinking a lot of sodas and eating a lot of fast food and things like that, but I always maintained a good weight. I started to creep up in college, and then I joined the Army, and I always had to try to stay lean in the Army, but I always had a hard time with it, even though I did everything that you were supposed to do. Low fat, lots of vegetables, I worked out a lot, I ran a lot. Even at one time I was running, I ran a couple marathons, and of course I wasn't very fast, but I did lose a lot of weight. At that time I was running about 210, 220, and I got down to 190, and people thought I was sick. I lost a lot of upper body strength, but I still think I can get down to that and be strong. I'm a lot more than that now. So I remember though, when I first went to go join the Army, and after being in college I'd gained weight, I needed to lose weight, and I remember going on the Pritikin diet and how miserable, absolutely miserable I was on that. Having to eat these little crackers and no fat, and back then I had no idea about fat. Fat was bad. I remember somebody on the TV, some blonde lady yelling about fat makes you fat and stop the insanity and things like that, and boy were we wrong. I remember going on deployments in the military. For the first half of my career I was in a job where we did a lot of things, and I'd go on these deployments and we'd be in very austere locations and hardly have anything to eat and be very physically active, carrying very heavy rucksacks. And at the end of the time we were doing our missions, everybody else had lost weight and I didn't, or I didn't lose near as much as they did, and then I gained back even more. It was always a hard thing, and I thought there was something wrong with me. Well, I retired from the Army in 2008. And I was working hard, working a lot of hours, and my weight just blossomed. I went from like 210. When I finally actually stepped on a scale, I was 275. And I noticed it mainly because I was always out of breath. I went to go put on my shoes to tie my shoes, and I'd have a hard time leaning over to get to it. And I'd lose my breath. I couldn't breathe while I was bent over. That was kind of embarrassing, and I wheeze sometimes. I don't have asthma, but I wheeze. I think it was because of all the pressure and stuff. My blood pressure then, even though I work in the medical field, I never really checked it. So I'd check it, and it would be 190 over 100 or higher, sometimes a little lower, and I felt bad all the time. And previous, I'd done CrossFit a little bit, and I had been messed around with it. I did a little introduction thing at a great CrossFit gym, and I was introduced to ketogenic diet, which I had kind of read about before. I didn't really stick with the CrossFit because of scheduling and stuff, but I did start riding a bicycle a lot, and I loved that, and I started doing a keto type diet, paleo really. The CrossFit introduced me to paleo, and that kind of led to keto. And I went down, in 2016, I went from 275 down to 241. I felt pretty darn good. But I fell off the bandwagon, and I fell off the wagon, or whatever the proper term is. I don't know why. I think it was because of stress and, buying, just all kinds of things that were going on. I mean, nothing really bad in my life. Just I let myself go again. I drank too much wine every night, and I ballooned back up to 267 just a couple weeks ago. Beginning May 1, I think I measured myself. May 1, 2019. I weighed 267 pounds. My blood pressure was again back up. I think I was amazed. I took my blood pressure and it was 190 over 97 or something. And I was, what the heck? I didn't even really realize that I'd gotten up that high. So I decided I needed to do something again. So I started to do the keto thing because that worked so well before. And then while I was doing, of course, I'm listening to podcasts because I have an hour drive to work every day and an hour drive home. So I listened to podcasts. So I started listening to things like CarnivoreCast and Sean Baker. And I said, you know, things are complicated enough. Why don't I just try this just meat and water? Maybe sneak in some wine and coffee every once in a while, or maybe an avocado once in a while, and just see how it does, and then add stuff back as I see fit, or I'll try it and see how I feel. Well, because I kind of I got back into the keto, and I was kind of into ketosis, I believe. So I started just meat, and wow. It was amazing. I mean, I got a long ways to go, a real long ways to go. But from May 1 to June 8th, I'm now down to 249. So that's about 18 pounds. Of course, some of that's water. I know that. My waist size is down 3 inches. My blood pressure this morning is 126 over 81. I have way more energy than I have had in years. That's including when I was on the keto. I sleep way better. I have better focus at work. I have this very strong sense of well-being that I don't remember having in a long time. And I can't explain that. It's really, I mean, I have just as much stress as I always do, and it's really nice. I like it. I feel good about things. So what have I been doing since about May 1, a little bit after May 1? Most days all I eat is red meat, and usually on days that I'm working especially, I fast all day. I drink water, sometimes I drink a little tea, and up until just recently I drink 2 cups of coffee in the morning on the way into work. But at work I go, and I drink water, and I'd have green tea or Earl Grey tea once in a while. And then I wouldn't eat till I got home. And I usually get home about 7 to 8 o'clock. And then I'd eat. And I'd usually eat around, a pound or 2 of meat. Red meat usually. Sometimes, every once in a while chicken, but usually red meat. A lot of times ground chuck, ground beef, or ribeye, or a lot of times if I did a little bit less meat, I would add about 3 or 4 eggs with olive oil on it. And it just makes me feel great. Now, I have not checked my blood levels of anything. I'm curious to see. I have a baseline that I need to dig out of the records somewhere from a couple years ago that were okay. They weren't the best, but that was when I wasn't eating well. So if they get better from there, I'll be very happy about it. Like my triglycerides, and if my HDL goes up and my LDL goes down, I'll be very happy. But I don't know about it yet. But all the other physical markers are looking great. My blood pressure, my weight's starting to go down. What I really like about this is shopping is simple. It's really simple. I go to the meat section. I go pick up water if I need some, because I like the frizzy water, the San Pellegrino and things like that. And the meals are simple to make. And they're delicious. I honestly, just like other people have said, that I thought I'd get tired of it. I haven't. I have no problem with it whatsoever. Another thing that I was worried about was the bathroom stuff. And my wife has always said to me that she thought that I had something going on because I like burped all the time. And I always had kind of a GERD type symptoms, gastroesophageal reflux type symptoms, and I never really had like chronic diarrhea or anything like that. But now I don't go to the bathroom as often, and it's no big deal. I don't feel bloated. I never feel bloated. I don't have indigestion ever since I started this. Now, of course, I'm only doing this for a little over a month and a week. We'll see how it goes, and I'll add stuff. I'll see if I add some things and I feel good, I may stick with it. Like avocado, I love avocados, and I think I had like 2 avocados at the very beginning, but I haven't had any since. But I may try it. But I have a long ways to go, and I'm going to post some pictures. I have an Instagram thing that I'm going to start. I really don't know how to do it. Just like this, I'm not really sure how I'm going to edit this video, but I'll do the best I can. Instagram, LowCarbKyle, and hopefully change one of my web logs or blogs that I have online that are for other things. I'd like to change it just so I have something to write, because I like to write. The only thing that I really wish is that I wish that I would have started this a long time ago. So anyway, I hope that somebody gets something out of this, and I hope you enjoy it and it's not too boring, and you guys have a great day. Thanks.